Good morning, students. Next one, we are going to discuss about the structure of the flower. Okay, structure of a flower. Okay, so if you are taking the angiosperms, okay, angiosperms is called as the, we know about that angiosperms. The plants is flowering plants is classified into angiosperms and then gymnosperms. Okay, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Angiosperms is the flowering plants. Okay, so these flowering plant, flower is the reproductive part of the plant. I already told you. Okay, most of the flowers, they have the both male and female reproductive organ in them. Okay, so the normally the flower bears the stalk and then thalamus. Okay, the stalk and then thalamus. The thalamus is also called as the pedicel. Sometimes they will ask the question, what is pedicel? Okay, so the stalk and then pedicel or pedicel and then thalamus. Okay, sorry, stalk is also called as the pedicel and then thalamus. Okay, the two things is bears the flowers. So the normally if you are taking the flower has the four holes. One is the calyx. The calyx is also called as the sepal, and then corolla, that is called as the petals, and then andrecium called as the stamens, and then gynecium called as the carpels. Okay, it has the four holes. The outermost hole is called as the calyx, and then second hole is called as the corolla, then third one is called as the andrecium, and then fourth one is called as the gynecium. Okay, so out of that four holes, the four holes is classified into two types. One is the essential holes and then non-essential hole, or accessory holes or reproductive holes. Okay, so first one, essential holes. Why it is called as the essential holes? The major part of the reproduction happens in the essential holes. Example, andrecium and then gynecium. The andrecium and the gynecium are called as the essential holes. Why it is called as the essential holes? So it is directly concerned with the sexual reproduction. That's why it is called as the essential holes. Okay, or reproductive holes. Then next one is the non-essential holes. What is non-essential holes? Non-essential holes means that they are not take part in the reproduction. They are not take part in the reproduction. That's why it is called as the non-essential holes. And then accessory holes. Okay, so this is the essential holes and then non-essential holes. The next one is the stalk. What is the main function of the stalk or pedicel? Okay, it holds the flower. It holds the flower. That is the main function of the stalk. And then thalamus. Thalamus is the what is it? It is a swollen upper portion of the stalk. It is the swollen upper portion of the stalk. Okay, the it is present. The flower is totally present, or basement of the flower is the thalamus. Okay, so the next one is the petals. Petals are called as it is the colored part. It is the colored part of the flower. If you are taking the hibiscus, you can see the red color. This red colored part is called as the petals. Okay, the single flap is called as the petal. If it consisting the 5 or 6 flaps. So from the 5 or 6 flaps together called as the, what is it? I think already I told you, corolla. Okay, so if you are taking the single flap, that is called as the petal. Okay, colored parts of the flower which attract the insects. Why it needs that? Which attract the insect. So sometimes it needs the pollinating agents. Okay, so it for that it attracting the insect. Okay, and the main function is it protecting the reproductive part. It protecting the reproductive part. Okay, this is the main function of the petals. And then next one is the sepals. Okay, sepals is the outermost part of the flower. It is the outermost part of the flower. The main function is it is ensures the protection of the flower. It protect the flower in the bud stage. Okay, normally from the bud stage you can see the green color structure, the flap that is present in the structure. Okay, during the bud development. Okay, so it is ensures the protection of the flower in the bud stage. Okay, that is the main function of the sepals. Then next one is the stamens. Stamen is the male reproductive organ which produces the male gametes. Same like that, carpel is the female reproductive organ which produces the female gametes. Okay, so here we will discuss the andrecium and gynecium, or stamen and carpel elaborately. Okay, thank you, students.